Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for another session of our online classes. In the last session, we were discussing about the terminator technology or the gene protecting technology, and we were also discussing about the mechanism of the gene protecting technology and the good and or the bad about the terminator technology was also discussed in detail. In today's session, we will discuss another concept under biosafety and bioethics, that is the IPR, the intellectual property rights. We will have an overview of the IPR and its implications. To begin with, how to understand IPR or how the IPR is defined. Intellectual property rights or the IPR is defined as ideas, inventions, and creative expressions, so that there is a public willingness to bestow the status of property. Status of property for an idea, for an invention, and for the creative expressions. So it is based on the public willingness. So public willingness to bestow the status of property to an idea, invention, and or creative expressions is called as intellectual property rights. So whenever you have an idea or whenever you have come up with an invention or you have a creative expression, and if there is a public willingness to the idea or invention or the creative expression, then the status of property is bestowed. So that is called as intellectual property rights. It pertains to original creation of the human intellect. So this is very important. Original creation of the human intellect could be artistic, literary, technical, or scientific creation. The tagline is original creation. It pertains to, that is IP, intellectual property pertains to any original creation of the human intellect, such as artistic, literary, technical, or scientific creation. Now it is a legal right. Legal right given to whom? Given to the inventor or creator. For what purpose? To protect his or her invention or creation. Is there any definite period? Yes, for a certain period of time. Starts from 7 years and it goes up to 20 years. So intellectual property pertains to any original creation of the human intellect, could be in artistic, literary, technical, or scientific creations. And it is the legal right given to the inventor or creator to protect his or her invention or creation for a certain period of time. So the legal rights are time bound. And these are the rights given to the inventor or creator, which is supposed to be a original creation of the human intellect. Right? If you just look at the history of the IPR, the laws and administrative procedures relating to IPR they have their roots in Europe. So the trend of granting patents, which is a component of intellectual property. Patent is a component of intellectual property. So the trend of granting patents started in the 14th century itself. And copyrights, which is another component of the intellectual property. The first known copyrights appeared in Italy. And Venice is considered to be the cradle of intellectual property system, since most legal thinking was done there, and the laws and systems were made there for the first time in the world, and rest of the world followed in due course. So the granting of patents dates back to 14th century, and the first copyright appeared in Italy. Patent or copyrights, these are all components of intellectual property. And Venice is considered the cradle of intellectual property system, where we see the law and system was made there for the first time in the world, and rest of the world followed in due course. Then what is the status of the patenting in India? Patent Act in India is more than 150 years old. So the inaugural Patent Act was in the year 1856. This is based on the British patent system, which provides a patent term of 14 years, and then this was amended several times. The 1856 Act, the Patent Act, which is based on the British patent system, which provided a patent term for 14 years, went through several amendments. So the first patenting dates back to 14th century, and in India, the Patent Act in India is more than 150 years old. Right. Now, if you look at the types of intellectual properties or the types of IP, originally, that is initially, only patent, trademarks and industrial designs, they were protected as industrial property. So initially it was about the patents, the trademarks and industrial designs, and they were protected under the tag name as industrial property. But now the intellectual property has much wider meaning. A lot of expansion is made, which is covering a wide range of articles under intellectual property. It provides a mechanism of handling infringement, piracy and unauthorized use. Got it? Then it provides a pool of information to the general public, since all forms of intellectual property are published. There are exceptions. The exceptions are in the case of trade secrets. Otherwise, there is a pool of information to the general public, because all the intellectual property articles are published, with an exception of trade secrets. It provides a mechanism of handling infringement, piracy and unauthorized use. Right. So initially it was called as industrial property, and now the intellectual property has widened its meaning. So it covers most of the articles falling under intellectual property. So the IP protection can be sought for a variety of intellectual efforts. Now, what are the varieties of intellectual efforts? We have been hearing about the word patented, the Design Act, and so on and so forth. So we'll look into these components in detail. So the variety of intellectual efforts are: number one, patents; number two, the industrial designs related to features of any shape, even the shape matters, configuration, surface pattern, composition of lines and colors applied to an article, whether two-dimensional or three-dimensional. An example for two-dimensional is the textile. An example for three-dimensional is the toothbrush. So industrial designs related to features of any shape, configuration, surface pattern, composition of lines and colors applied to an article, whether the article is of two-dimensional or three-dimensional. So all these are the intellectual efforts. Number one, the patents. Number two, industrial designs related to features of any shape, configuration, surface pattern, composition of lines and colors applied to an article, could be a two-dimensional or a three-dimensional article. Number three, trademarks. Trademarks relate to any mark, name or logo under which trade is conducted for any product or service, by which the manufacturer or the service provider is identified. I have given some of the examples over there: Pepsi, Microsoft, Vodafone. So these are the trademarks related to any mark, name or logo under which the trade is conducted for any product or service. And by which the manufacturer or the service provider is identified. Now the trademarks can be bought, sold and licensed. So the trademark does not exist apart from the goodwill of the product or service it symbolizes. It is always associated with the goodwill of the product. The fourth one, the copyright. First one is the patents, second one is the industrial designs, third one is the trademark, the fourth one is the copyright. The copyright relates to expression of ideas in material form, includes literary, musical, dramatic, artistic, cinematography work, audio tapes and computer software. So the copyright relates to expression of ideas in material form. That includes literary, musical, dramatic, artistic, cinematography work, audio tapes and computer software. Right. Number 5, the GI tags, that is geographical indicating tags or geographical indicators. Now these geographical indicators or geographical indications are the indications which identify as good as originating in the territory of a country or a region or locality in that territory where a given quality, reputation or other characteristics of the goods is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. So any product which is having its origin in a particular locality is given the GI tag. Say for example, the Nanjangoodu Rasabale. So this Rasabale is having the GI tag of Nanjangoodu. Probably now you people can understand what is GI tag. So wherever you grow this Rasabale, it is always credited as Nanjangoodu Rasabale because it is having the GI tag of Nanjangoodu. So that is what it is saying, geographical indications. It identifies the originating territory or locality or region where a given quality, reputation or other characteristics of the goods is essentially attributable. See, the quality, reputation and other characteristics of the goods is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. So if you take this Rasabale and grow somewhere else, and if you say this is not Nanjangoodu Rasabale and it is having no relationship to Nanjangoodu Rasabale, no, it cannot be. It is already having a GI tag because it fulfills the quality, reputation and other characteristics, and these are attributed to its geographical origin. So all these five are different varieties of the intellectual properties, right? So if we just look at the patents, a patent is awarded for an invention, because we have been hearing about this terminology, patent, patenting, and nowadays people are very much eager to patent the vaccine which we all are looking for. So a patent is awarded for an invention which satisfy the criteria of global novelty. Be careful. The criteria of global novelty. Non-obviousness. It should not reflect that, oh, it is obvious, so what is new in this? No, it should be non-obviousness, global novelty, and industrial or commercial applications should be associated. That means patent is awarded for an invention which satisfies the criteria of global novelty, non-obviousness and industrial or commercial applications. Patents can be granted for products and it can also be granted for processes. Is that clear? So you can have patents for products, it is called as product patents, and you can have patents for processes, it is called as process patents. So any invention which satisfies the criteria of global novelty, non-obviousness and industrial or commercial application is associated is awarded by the patent. and it can be for product and it can be for the process too. Is that clear? So I'll stop my today's session over here. We can continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you very much.